The Adventures of Sammi, the Little Elephant.
Once upon a time, there was a little elephant named Sammi who lived in the heart of the jungle. Sammi was not an ordinary elephant. He was much smaller than the other elephants in his herd, but he had a gigantic heart and an even greater curiosity. Sammi lived with his herd, which consisted of many elephants who cared for him and protected him. But Sammi was always on the lookout for adventures and new discoveries. His friends and family often warned him against wandering in the jungle, but Sammi just couldn't resist. One day, as the sun shone brightly in the sky and the jungle pulsed with life, Sammi decided that it was time for an exciting adventure. He said goodbye to his mother and father, gave them a big elephant kiss, and set off on his journey. Sammi wandered through the dense jungle, listening to the chirping of birds, the babbling of streams, and the rustling of leaves. The jungle was full of wonderful sounds and scents that only fueled Sammi's curiosity even more. Suddenly, Sammi heard a faint sob. He followed the sound and found a little monkey trapped in a tangle of vines. The monkey was crying and begged Sammi for help. Sammi didn't hesitate for a moment and used his strong elephant legs to tear apart the vines and free the monkey.
"Thank you, Sammi,"
the monkey squeaked with joy.
"You saved my life."
Sammi smiled and said, "You're welcome, little friend. My name is Sammi, and I'm on a quest for adventures." The monkey introduced himself as Benny and told Sammi about a mysterious place in the jungle where supposedly the most beautiful waterfall in the world could be found. Benny had never been there, but he had heard stories from other animals. Sammi and Benny decided to embark on the journey together to find this magical place. They followed a narrow path that led them deeper into the jungle. Along the way, they encountered many fascinating animals, including colorful birds, curious monkeys, and even a shy tiger hiding in the bushes. Finally, Sammi and Benny reached the mysterious waterfall. It was a breathtaking sight. The water glistened in the sun, and the waterfall cascaded into a clear blue lake. A rainbow arched over the waterfall, and the jungle seemed to rejoice with happiness. Sammi and Benny splashed around in the cool water and marveled at the beauty of the place. It was an adventure they would never forget. But suddenly, they heard a loud rumble. A storm was approaching quickly. Sammi and Benny looked around and realized they were far from their herd.
"We should go back before the storm catches us,"
Sammi said with concern. The two friends hurried to leave the waterfall, but the storm was faster. The sky darkened, and thunder rolled through the jungle. Rain pelted down on them, and lightning illuminated the sky. Sammi and Benny sought shelter under a large tree. They held onto each other tightly because they were afraid. Sammi comforted Benny and said, "Don't worry, we'll be safe. We're together, and that's what matters." The storm lasted a long time, but eventually it passed. Sammi and Benny breathed a sigh of relief and began their journey back to the herd. When they finally arrived, they were warmly welcomed by their parents and friends. Sammy's mother hugged him tightly and said, "Sammi, you gave us a big scare, but you also showed how brave and caring you are." Sammi smiled and knew that he had experienced the adventure of a lifetime. He had not only discovered a mysterious place, but also learned about true friendship and the importance of togetherness. And so, Sammi continued to live in the heart of the jungle, always ready for new adventures, but also always aware that the greatest adventures are often the ones shared with friends and family.
Timmy, the brave helicopter pilot.
In a small town called Sunnyside, there lived a young boy named Timmy. Timmy was fascinated by helicopters. He collected toy helicopters, dreamed of adventures high in the sky, and admired helicopter pilots above all else. Every day after school, Timmy would make his way to the nearby helicopter landing pad. There, he watched helicopters take off and land. The pilots would wave to him, and he could hardly wait to one day sit in a helicopter himself. One sunny day, as Timmy was at the landing pad again, he heard someone calling for help. He ran in the direction of the cry and saw a little bird stuck in a tree. Without hesitation, Timmy climbed the tree and rescued the bird. An elderly gentleman who had witnessed the incident approached Timmy and introduced himself as Captain Charlie, an experienced helicopter pilot. He praised Timmy for his bravery and shared stories of his life as a pilot. Timmy was enthralled by Captain's stories and asked how he could become a helicopter pilot himself. Captain Charlie saw the sparkle in Timmy's eyes and offered to teach him how to fly. Timmy could hardly believe his luck. Over the following weeks, Timmy began his training under Captain Charlie. He learned how to start, control, and safely land a helicopter. Timmy was a diligent student who worked hard and never gave up. Captain Charlie was impressed by his determination. Finally, the day came when Timmy was allowed to make his first solo flight. His heart raced with excitement as he climbed into the helicopter and the rotors above him started to spin. With Captain Charlie's guidance, he flew the helicopter into the sky. Timmy felt as free as a bird as he hovered over Sunnyside. He saw his town from a bird's eye view and knew that this was exactly what he wanted to do: help people and explore the world from above. As Timmy grew older, he became an experienced helicopter pilot. He assisted in rescue missions, delivered much-needed supplies to remote areas, and conducted aerial surveys. However successful he became, he never forgot the first lesson he learned from Captain Charlie: bravery and helpfulness. Timmy became a legend in Sunnyside. Children admired him just as he had admired Captain Charlie in his youth. He told them about the little bird that had changed his life and encouraged them to always be brave and follow their dreams. So Timmy, the brave helicopter pilot, became an inspiring figure for the children of Sunnyside and beyond. His stories of high-flying adventures and his bravery lived on in the hearts of people, showing them that they could achieve anything if they believed in themselves